I think I'll answer this question in two parts. One, when I really wanted something and I gave it my all. I, prepared in every single way I could prepare myself for it. And I really gave it my all, and I did not get it. Now, that has every single time been a blessing, because when I not getting that one thing that I really, really prepared for and really, really wanted was a wonderful stroke of luck. I always was led to something much bigger and better in my life. That is one part to it. But then there have been times when I really wanted something at a specific time. And then a later version of me did get it, right? But the journey that I had to make from the Seerat who wanted that thing to the Seerat who had it was very transformative. And the Seerat who now had that thing was a changed person, was a person who could handle it and actually keep the blessing that she was praying for such a long time. Because the Seerat who just wanted it was not even prepared to receive it. She would have gotten it and made a waste out of it. So that journey of not getting that particular thing really transformed me as a person. And I'm still very grateful for it. And you do so much in the middle, you learn so much in the middle. It is something that is incomparable. It's an incomparable experience.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you. So, why do we get so uncomfortable when life doesn't follow our chosen timeline?
Because we are control freaks. That's why, you know, we, we, and all of us, so am I. Sitting here and giving this wisdom, but in a lot of times I do the same thing. We think that our cognitive abilities, our intelligence, our little brain, and our imagination, and how we have decided that, okay, to get this particular goal, life should go X, Y, and Z. And any detour from that is a complete mess. What we don't realize is that no matter how intelligent we think we are, the creator, the divine, that pretty much handles every single thing, right? That person's that intelligence, the divine intelligence, is much more grand than ours. The divine plan is always bigger, always better. So, and this is what I have noticed, that the biggest breakthroughs in your life, they come when, while you have given your all, but after doing your effort, after doing your karma, you have surrendered and you have left, the universe to do its thing. So instead of being a control freak, when we have faith, things align themselves to come to us easier.
Perfect. So, uh, what if the things we're waiting for are actually waiting for us to grow into certain versions of ourselves?
I think that's a very good point you've put. Like I mentioned before, so like I have told you guys that I'm also an astrologer. I'm a Jyotish, and there are certain placements in the natal chart which will cause certain delays in your life in certain specific areas. I'll give you an example. So, if Saturn, a planet, is placed in the house of marriage, it will almost every single time delay your marriage. There's a very specific reason why that happens. Saturn sitting in the house of marriage is bringing very heavy responsibility of marriage to you. A younger, immature version of you, a superficial version of you, cannot handle that. So you have to go through maybe certain heartbreaks, trials and tribulations, really understand yourself, what you want, what are your boundaries. Once you've crossed that journey, you will get a partner. This is a promise that Saturn also gives in that house, is that you will get a partner who is very mature, and it will be a long lasting marriage. But you had to become that version of yourself to contain that blessing, to receive the blessing, and be able to handle that marriage. Same happens in career also. Saturn is placed in your career house. So certain planetary positions do create certain delays and hurdles, just so that they can transform you, so you can handle the big blessing that they are bringing into your life.
All right. So, do you think life gives us signs that something isn't right for us yet, or do we only understand that later?
I think life is always giving us signs, right? But if you're not in the version of receiving it, then we're not going to see it or feel it. Oftentimes, we are so attached to the outcome of what we want that we have closed our mind to any of our we have closed our mind, our senses, to any intuition that we could possibly receive, right? So universe is always giving us signs. We have to be aligned. We have to be in a version that is receiving it. If you're not in the version of receiving, if you're living a very superficial life, if you're not trusting, and we are constantly wanting control, and we have no faith and no surrender, and we say we believe in God, and we do few malas a day, and we go to the temples and we do some mantras, but then also we're trying to control everything, and we have no sense of surrender, we will still not be able to hear any intuitions, any guides. So I feel life is always giving us signals, but we have to have a state of calm and peace and surrender and faith to be able to receive it. And once you're in that space, you'll be amazed how beautifully you will how accurately you will receive those signals, and how you will actually understand the magic the universe brings into your life. But you have to be in that particular space of alignment with the universe.
Okay. So, has rushing ever created more chaos than waiting would have?
Objectively, yes. I mean, rushing will be chaotic, but this is my belief, Leo, that there are some areas in life where there's certain circumstances and certain situations you have to rush, right? I mean, if you're trying to catch a flight, you forgot your passport at home, you have to go back, rush it. There are multiple scenarios in your life where chaos will happen, rush is necessary. What is important is that your mind needs to be calm. So even if you're in a rush, but your mental state is calm and composed, then even in a state of rush, you're able to make better decisions. And even in the state of rush, you are guided divinely.
Lovely. You just reminded me of one of my travels where I left my passport at home. All right. So, can delay be a divine protection in disguise?
I think, so there's this very interesting concept that sometimes what we want, our objective desire, is not prepared for us to be received. Sometimes we are prepared for it, we are there, but the objective desire is not ready. What are you going to do with the fruit from the tree that's not ripe yet? It's going to be all sour and bitter, right? And there's one interesting story I it comes to my mind. So it is about this couple who now are married, but back in the day they were both mature people in life, very much in love, and the girl wanted to get married, and the guy was suddenly having cold feet. He was very non-committal, and suddenly he said that he wanted some space and wanted some thinking time. And the girl, she was bawling. She was all over the place. She was like, how can he suddenly want to take this space, and so on and so forth. And I remember telling her that, listen, you need to allow him this time to figure out what he wants, right? So she decentered from her romantic life and focused on herself, her career, and everything. And not even that much longer, I think 5 6 months into it, he comes around much more mature and a better man. Now all the husband material that he could offer for himself, and now they're married and they're happily married. It's been a few years also. And she also took him back. She accepted that proposal. And this is what I always feel, that if that guy had not taken some time off then, if he would have felt rushed into it, right, he would probably always have had that lack of clarity in his mind. He would have always probably considered, what if this is not what I wanted? What if this responsibility? He needed that time off to understand himself. And there's no harm in that. I feel there's no harm in that. What is yours comes back to you, right? Let people have their time. Let your objective desire take its time to get ripe, to come to the place of their understanding where they are capable enough for you to receive them in the best version possible. So sometimes it is really, delays are really a blessing in disguise.
Absolutely lovely. It's really nice to know that. So I feel with today's session, all right, since it's going to be just a short session, and I do see so many questions in the chat box coming out there. So what I'm going to suggest to everyone out there, whoever's turned on, whoever's putting their questions out there, why don't you join Seerat's session uh, on the 6th of December at 10:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time to get all these questions answered and clarified. We've shared the link in the chat box. You can just go there, register for it. And on that day, just drop in your questions and Seerat will take up the questions out there. And because today's conversation barely scratches the surface, but if you're feeling stuck, delayed, or confused about the timing of your life, know that you're not alone, and there is a deeper meaning behind it. So we'll explore this more deeply in the upcoming session, where we will dive into how delays protect, prepare, and redirect us. Um, in fact, redirect us often far more wisely than we could. All right, so stay tuned, stay patient, and trust that life's timing is far more intelligent than we often give it credit for. So I would suggest all of you to please feel free to join into that session. It's happening once again on the 6th of December, 10:30 a.m. Links have been shared in the chat box. Since today is a really short session, we are here for just for 30 minutes. All right, feels like it's going to be shorter. So please expect much more. And Sina, just once again, for those who joined in late, can you just give them a slight glitch of what's going to happen on that session?
Absolutely. Everybody who's joined later, thank you so much for making it to the session and joining and giving me your precious time. Um, I'm gonna talk about the logics behind, really structure what are the reasons why there are certain places in your life where delays happen, right? So very specific reasons why they happen, spiritually, astrologically, and what do our scriptures say about the delays in our life? What's the ancient wisdom behind them? And when you do attend that session and you walk away from that session, you will have, I can guarantee you'll have a great sense of peace and understanding and faith, and may even romanticize and enjoy your delay. So I would love to see you all there.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Seerat. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for joining in on today's session. Your presence and participation really makes, the session so vibrant. And for those who turn on their cameras, thank you so much. It was really nice seeing all of you out there on screen. And looking forward to seeing all of you once again on the 6th of December at 10:30 a.m. for the next session which Seerat will be conducting. We've shared the link in the chat box. Please feel free to join in. And looking forward to seeing all of you. So until then, see you in another coming session. Take care. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you.